All right, here we go. Good evening and welcome, folks, to episode 24 of the Monday Weekend Wrap-Up, Football Weekend Wrap-Up. We've got a great show for you tonight and some fantastic guests coming at you as well. Let's start with introducing the guests for the evening. Coming to us, as always, from Vancouver, BC, Canada, we have Mr. Milothe1st. Milo, welcome. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are
Very
you?
nice. Doing good. Doing good. Next up, we have from Columbus, Ohio, Mr. Hoffspur. Hoffspur, welcome in.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
And last but not least, joining us, one of our favorite guests on the show, CulturedLeftFoot, all the way from Singapore, in the middle of his workday, repping a beautiful kit. How you doing, man?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, very good. I've got one quick question.
Yeah.
When does Milo stop becoming a guest?
I don't know. I think he's basically a co-host at this point. He's basically a co-host at this point. But yes, guys, these are the guests for the evening. Let's take a look at the topics for today. We have a couple ties over the weekend. We had the Liverpool versus City in the Charity Shield. Also, we had a England women's Euro triumph. We're going to talk about little transfers that are happening, some kind of interesting moves happening lately, and rumors. We're going to talk about some player fines. There was a leaked document from a well-established football club, and we're going to discuss some of the intricacies of that. We'll be talking some predictions. We did some pre-Matchday 1 predictions, which we have in the Discord and stuff like that. If you want to get your prediction in, I'll post it in chat. You can send it to me in Twitch, Whisper, Twitter, or Discord. I'll post that in a little bit. We'll be talking a little fantasy leagues. Hoff runs a Dynasty fantasy league, and we're going to take a look at that. Milo's going to share his team. He's also participating in there. I'm really curious just to see it from the outside. It looks pretty fun. Then we'll have a little open section where anyone in chat, you guys can suggest anything you want to talk about. And then we got a couple games, and as usual, our weekly check-in. But without any further ado, let's get into our first topic here of the evening. We had the 56 years and 1 day ago, after England lifted the World Cup trophy in 1966, Chloe Kelly's first ever international goal in extra time gave England the Women's European Championship. They defeated 8-time winners Germany in a tense final at Wembley Stadium. That was on yesterday, Sunday. I saw a bit of the game. Saw the second half of the game. Pretty good game, I felt. Really, really good quality on display. Hoff, did you see any of that game? England, Germany, European final. Yeah.
Yes, I did. I watched a little bit of Germany, France before. It seemed like Germany and England, they were out for blood. Like there was some tackling in that game.
Pretty physical.
Yeah, it was very physical. It was the England's first goal, the pass that pretty much played I just blanked on her name, who had a lovely chip over the keeper. That was a great goal.
What was her name? I forgot her name.
Is it Toon?
She's
from Man United.
She's a United player.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But yeah, that was a great goal. It was nice to see Jill Scott after Germany had hammered England in the last final she was in, at least be on the pitch for the end. She's also like another physical player. Maybe I shouldn't have been. I was surprised by the level of physicality both teams brought, because they were not like half-assing challenges. They were going in hard, and I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, it was good. Cultured, Miley, you guys see any of the game?
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, living in Singapore, obviously I couldn't watch it live. It kicked off at 5 o'clock UK time, which is like 3 o'clock in the morning here.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I watched it all back, and it was really good. when I lived in the UK, I watched like all of England ladies' international tournaments, like World Cups and stuff. It's football, so I watched it. I love football.
Yeah.
It's really good. And this has actually now piqued my interest into watching the Women's Super League. So I thought, yeah, it was physical. The standard keeps on improving. It's really good. And one way or another, football's come home. So it's all good. It's all good.
Violet, what are your feelings on the Euro
You know what?
triumph?
It's really nice that they won. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for girls, women across the nation back home. I think it's really good. Don't get me wrong. I think the biggest thing for me is it's going to inspire young girls to get into football, and that's a big thing. I mean, I coached girls soccer, as they call it here, in the summer, and I've seen firsthand what can happen when they really enjoy it. So it can only help that side of it. I mean, aside from that, I mean, Cultured, if you stick to it, then fair play to you, sir. But I have to say, with the amount of sports to watch and video games to play and work to do, I can't be adding women's football to the list of things I check in with every week. It's just not going to happen. So, good for them. Good for England. It doesn't compare to the World Cup. Sorry, it just doesn't. But, it's a good start for them, I guess. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Go on the Lionesses.
I'll definitely try. I'll definitely try and keep up with it, at least highlights-wise and stuff like that, because I think it's still...
Yeah.
I just enjoy it, right? I just enjoy watching it. But there's a really interesting stat, because I know we all love stats in this podcast. Serena Weigmann, the England boss, she's taken part in 2 European competitions and never lost a game in women's football.
Oh,
so she managed the Netherlands and won it with the Netherlands when they hosted it, and then she managed England and won it with England when they hosted it, never losing a game.
Nice.
Oh wow,
that's impressive, isn't it? That's really impressive.
What do you think about? I know it's. I think like for example, I think it was I don't know when Brandy Chastain. It was USA versus China in the World Cup. I remember watching it. My older cousin was eating a bean burrito. That's all I remember. That's like it was. I don't know why I remember that, but and then she took off her shirt and the sports bra and everything. And yeah, it was really big for women's football. And like my sister played football growing up as well, so it was like really big for her. And what do you think would it take for? Because I really was surprised by the level of the game. Like it was pretty decent football. Like you could tell that there were 2 really good teams playing each other. I know it's not like fiscally probable, but like I feel like if this field was slightly smaller, I think it would be better.
But you can't because of the equality row.
I know, but it just seems like the full pitch isn't really used. I don't know.
You just have to appreciate it's a different sport, right? It's the same basic sport, but it's like most differences between male and female sports. It's like a slightly slower tempo. They're slightly not as strong, so they can't kick the ball as far. So you just appreciate it for
you're treading on thin ice here, Cultured. I'm telling you, if anyone's watching,
it's not. I don't compare it to men's football. I watch it as a different sport. It's a different sort of football, and that's why I can enjoy it. I think so because I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, they wouldn't be able to do that against the men. Well, no, it's a different sport. It's not called mixed football. So
I don't know. That's okay. Yeah. So I mean, like. I guess that's the thing. Average height of a women's footballer versus a men's football. I don't know. I should probably look this up, but it's got to be smaller. Average size, sure mass, everything. I'm not saying make the ball smaller or anything. I'm just saying. I think if the goals were slightly, if the field was smaller, the goal is fine. Okay. I think if the field was smaller
and the pitch is smaller.
I think if the pitch was smaller, it would work better. I think it would be a little more captivating for the neutral, rather than it having to be a national, international competition final. Because that's the thing. I think that's the big thing that, at least, for example, in the U.S., we get extremely excited for World Cups or any national competition that USA is in, just because it's the USA international competition, not necessarily because it's soccer, right? It being soccer, no one's gonna go outside for that. So it's like, what could help the women's game, I think, would be something like that. But I think it's not really logical. Yeah, Hoff.
Just something I saw on Twitter. I think it was this morning or last night. The 3 highest attended games in Europe this calendar year have been all women's games.
Yeah, why is that?
It was the
there is
the final and the 2 games with Barcelona,
Clásico or
Madrid,
something,
and Barcelona, Wolfsburg in the Champions League. But that Barcelona team has been absolutely unreal the last 2 years. I don't think they've lost in the league, and they're just. I've watched them a couple of times. They're just incredible. They're one of the best teams, regardless of sport, that I've seen in a long time.
Why is the women's
prices?
It's ticket.
I was gonna say I was trying to interject there. It's ticket prices are a massive
Tickets.
part of it because you've got families that will take their kids to see that, and they can afford to buy the tickets. Like I would say that's got to be the number one reason.
You think it's more?
Get a ticket. You could get a ticket for the final at Wembley for the women's final in the Euros for like £25 for an adult.
Yeah. Oh
And
wow.
10 quid for a kid. Like if that's the men's game, it's like probably hundreds, thousands of pounds. Like when England got to the final against Italy, I have no idea how much they went for, but I assume it was ridiculous.
Do you think it's more family friendly then? Do you think there's less like
definitely 100%?
Yeah. 100%. Interesting. Not as much testosterone flying around, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the other final, if you want to call it that. We had the Community Shield. Liverpool secured their 16th Community Shield with a 3-1 win over Man City at King Power Stadium. It's interesting. Goals from Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mohamed Salah, and new signing Darwin Núñez saw the Reds win the annual curtain raiser for the season. New signing Julian Alvarez also scored City's only goal. Nice to see him get on the board. And Haaland skied he kind of missed two big chances. Oh yeah, Extreme. Welcome in. Milo, your thoughts on the game, Milo?
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to review the predictions from last week, but I did call Liverpool to win it. I think I said 2-1, but it ended up 3-1.
Oh yeah, I have it here.
Núñez on the score sheet as well, I believe I said, so that also came true, which, to be honest, is a surprise because in Cultured's Predictions League last year, I was terrible. So I got off to a good start here with the Charity Shield. Haaland's miss, kind of funny, unless you're a City fan, of course, from a couple of yards away. Alvarez getting on the score sheet, I thought was interesting. I wonder how much he'll feature this season, so maybe a City fan can chime in on that. What I thought about Núñez, he really gave Liverpool something different. So they had Firmino obviously dropping back, picking up the ball, kind of being a bit of a target man. And then once they brought Núñez on, he played off the shoulder, and it really caused City some issues, even if it wasn't, always imminently threatening. It just gave him something else to think about, and it gave Liverpool a completely kind of different shape up front instantly. And that might come in very useful for them this season to change it up. But apart from that, I thought it was an enjoyable game. And the last 20 minutes or so, it really picked up in intensity. I thought it started out quite sort of lethargic, and it gradually got better, which I thought was interesting as well.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game. I felt like Liverpool started a bit on the front foot. Then City had a little spell in the middle there. Culture, did you catch any of that game?
Yeah, we watched the guys I was playing the golf tournament with. We're all
that's right.
Pretty much all football fans. So we watched all the highlights. Basically, we attached it to one of the TVs while we were having breakfast in the hotel lobby and
nice.
watched the highlights through YouTube on there. And yeah, I think it's the Charity Shield, so you can't read too much into it. I always think you can't read too much into the Charity Shield. It's never really a say on the season, I don't think. I think the miss from Haaland was amazing. Just to see him miss that was unreal, unreally funny to see him miss that. I think, Núñez looked pretty good. Alvarez did look good. He had good movement. Jack Grealish looked like he was sort of the complete opposite to Raheem Sterling in that the fact he was so desperate not to lose the ball that he held onto it for too much. Like, like Raheem Sterling would run at people and lose the ball a lot or misplace a pass, where Jack Grealish just held and held and held and held and lost all momentum of an attack and things like that. Obviously from the highlights I saw, but no, it was good. It was a good game for the Charity Shield. It grew into it, and it was, yeah, it looked good. Bring on the season. It's the only reason I get excited for the Charity Shield is because it means the season's starting next week, and that's the best thing about it. It's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. Any thoughts about the game?
I only managed to catch the highlights after. I am frightened by. I know Haaland missed an open net. Okay, ha ha ha. Whatever. He's gonna score a bucket load of goals this year. The way that he bodied Andy Robertson off of the ball, and he still got a shot off while he was like falling down. Adrian made a pretty good save, and he didn't get a clean connection. But the way his physicality is going to give a lot of defenders a lot of problems this year. Just the way that he manhandled Robertson, I was just shocked to see that. I mean, you've seen it in Germany a little bit, but I mean, we watch the Premier League every week. You see Andy Robertson every single week, and just the way that it was like a man against a boy, the way that he did that.
I don't think there's issues with Haaland's. I think everyone knows he's going to score goals. I think his thing is injuries. Because it's going to be more physical in every single game he plays. Yeah, he'll still body people off, but coming up against, like, you know, sort of James Tarkowski, Lascelles, who are they're not the best defenders, but they're going to be physical with him. Every single game he's going to come up against people like that. And he had a pretty poor injury record in Germany, not playing against that physical defenders every week.
That's true.
So it's going he'll score goals. It's just how much game time will he get? So
yeah, definitely.
What if he doesn't?
He doesn't get injured?
No, like what if he doesn't gel in the Prem? Yeah, like what if he doesn't? That would be amazing.
He has to score. He has to score on his debut, right? He has to in the league. He has to score in that first game of the season. Otherwise, people are going to be like, "That's a flop. That's an error. That's a mistake. He can't cut it. He can't handle it." Surely.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. I think there's City play totally different with him. Well, this was a special, interesting game in the sense it's Liverpool. Liverpool, one of the few teams that will play this way against City, right? So they'll, which I thought would make a case for Haaland to maybe get one of those counter-attacking type goals because against City most teams are going to sit pretty deep, and that'll be interesting to see. Right, his City likes to get those crosses in, tiki-taka around the box and then get a cross in possibly, and Haaland will help with those. But also I thought I was expecting a little more from City. City looked pretty off of it. Liverpool were just bossing that game, chances on chances in the first half. But I think they look much more comfortable with Alvarez. I don't know. I feel like Alvarez should be starting and Haaland should come on as a sub maybe. It was interesting. They played like a 4-4-2 towards the end. They were going back. They probably took a pit. I don't know. It's interesting to see how Pep is going to play with Alvarez and Haaland, both being kind of central strikers. I don't know if Alvarez can play wide, but
you're saying that Konami have got something right. Haaland is a super sub wherever he goes.
Super sub, yeah, pretty much. Nunez greater than Haaland. Sorry.
Yeah, I think City definitely looked off the pace, as you said. Like KDB in particular, I thought he looked a little bit just tired and lack of preseason, right? A lot of talk about they've played 2 preseason games. That's it. Maybe that factored in as well. Maybe just a little bit off the pace. I wonder if it could hurt them a bit out the gate. But what's their opening fixtures like? I don't have them in front of me.
They've got West Ham away on Sunday.
So West Ham away, not an easy game to start, to be honest.
No.
And then Bournemouth at home.
Ooh. Okay, so that one, by then they should be ready to go.
And then Newcastle away in the Oil Derby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna catch up on chat here. Extreme says, "Move on, not interested. We won in my books." Extreme.
What?
They had 4 preseason games compared to our 2 preseason games. Okay, Liverpool had 4. Haaland made great runs, but City players seem reluctant to pass to him, Symphony says, because Haaland's general play is predictable but effective. City doesn't play predictable football, maybe. Feel like the players look maybe overworked, Cash says. Season starts next week and winter is coming. VVD isn't scared of Haaland. Haaland has goals in him. Nunes is the one who's going to struggle. See, I think, I don't know, there's something about Liverpool that it just seems a little more flexible where, like, I feel like Haaland would settle into Liverpool faster than City, right? It'll take him some time to get used to that, whatever Pep wants from him. One thing I did notice, right after Julian Alvarez scored, and they went to VAR to check it, Pep didn't let him celebrate.
Yeah, I saw
He
that.
held him and was like coaching him. That's the thing. Those are the things I
He kills
don't.
the emotion. He kills the emotion.
That's what. Those are
yeah.
things I don't like about Guardiola. Like hard dislike. But yeah. Any other thoughts about the Charity Shield, guys? Before we move on. Alrighty. Well, let's move to transfer roundup. Lots of transfers. I've written down a couple here. Something. I think the most notable recent one is Koundé to Barcelona. Barcelona pulling another one out of the hat with another lever. You know, Barcelona look very, very formidable now. That's Lewandowski, Rafinha, Koundé, Christensen, Kessie. You know, now their eyes are set on Bernardo Silva, possibly coming from City, and rumors are Lucas Paqueta is the backup for Bernardo Silva if he goes. I've got there's a lot of movement happening. What any transfers caught your eye or rumors caught your eye? Cultured.
It's well, I mean, James Maddison to Newcastle is probably the biggest one in the Premier League going on at the moment in terms of a rumour. They had a 40 million bid rejected. There's rumours they've now made a 50 million bid, Newcastle, for James Maddison. I think that's quite an interesting... If they pull that off, it's basically a new midfield, right? It'll be Bruno Guimaraes holding and James Maddison as the more attacker. And if they pull it off, they're building a nice steady team, Newcastle there. They're not going full out for the big money, Robinho-esque, let's look at splash all our cash money signings. They're doing it in a steady progress, which I think we all sort of predicted anyway, with financial fair play and the fact that they're going to bring in these players and then sell them off and get better players as the time increases. But yeah, it's interesting. Cucurella as well. It's
Cucurella
sort of ended with Man City, I think.
Yeah, now he's
And
rumored
it's
to Chelsea. Yeah, now he's rumored to Chelsea.
It's a really interesting one. The Barca thing as well is just not for the money, right? There's a stat, and I'm going to try and put it in your Discord later, Cart, because I need to talk to my friend in the UK who brought it up last season or when Fulham last came up to the Premier League, and it's about how squads do with squad turnover in terms of how many new players they sign and then how much that affects them compared to last year.
Okay.
And Fulham, when they came to the Premier League, they had something like 6-7 players on loan. Couldn't reloan them because they came up from the Championship to the Premier League before they got relegated last time. So therefore signed 7 new players and none of them settled in. They all really struggled.
Oh.
Like, could that happen to Barcelona? Are they signing too many players?
No idea. Because
Ignoring the financial side of it.
Because it seems like these other signings, like Ferran Torres, even Eric Garcia, maybe Piqué will be slowly moved out, and maybe Busquets will be slowly moved out. But you wonder about these big signings that they had. Like, what are they? Their value's probably plummeting, and might cause a little unrest. Who knows? I don't know. Unless I feel like there's some there's some shady payments going on somewhere here. Like all these guys aren't going to be happy for this long. Something
100%.
seems weird. Something just seems weird about this whole thing.
Something's off with that Koundé deal, right?
Something's
Sevilla accepted a lower offer from Barca than Chelsea. That's a fact. Chelsea offered more money, like up front, than Barcelona, and Barcelona's offer got accepted, and Chelsea's didn't. I mean, that's something in the background's happening there.
According to what I read, that's more to do with Koundé's desire to go to Barcelona and his club willing to help him achieve his dream.
Fair
Just
enough.
accept both offers, surely, and let the player decide.
Yeah.
That's anyway. Yeah.
Any other transfers? Hoff pop into mind. Joe Rodon's gone on loan to Stade de Rennes. Something.
I saw the Welsh Mafia's invading France. Aaron Ramsey went to Nice.
Nice.
I saw Kasper Schmeichel might be leaving Leicester. I thought that was kind of surprising.
to
He is. Yeah, he's going to Nice. He's joining
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just been there forever. That'll be different to not see him in Leicester's net.
the resurgence of Ligue 1, maybe, huh?
Yeah.
Who knows?
And
Who knows?
I'm starting to get concerned with Chelsea because they still have like a month to do things, and I think they might, especially with, like, what seems like they're going to be getting Cucurella.
Fofana linked as well.
Yeah,
From
that
Leicester.
I would not like to see that.
That's a good move.
Yeah, it would be for them.
Still a whole
I'm
month
interested
to go,
to see. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how Leicester handle their, like, Fofana, Tielemans, and Madison. How they handle those three potentially leaving, because if they leave, especially at this point, it's gonna be really hard to get ready-made replacements. And even though they'll probably get a decent fee for all of them, that might not be good for their season, selling them this late.
And it's that position in it when you sell them that late, the
Right.
clubs know how much money you've got for them. So the clubs that you're then trying to buy off will just be like, well, we know you've got 50 million for Madison, so give us 50 million for our attacking midfielder. Like,
Right.
it's so late, yeah. But
Yeah, other talking about Ligue 1, also Tavares has gone on loan to Marseille. And Alexis Sanchez has also gone to Marseille. He terminated his contract with Inter Milan and went to Marseille as well. Ricky Puig going to LA Galaxy. It's kind of a weird move. He's quite young as well. I
didn't know that.
That's a weird one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that.
I saw earlier today Roma were finalizing a deal with Belotti on a free, who would be, I think him and Tammy, not together necessarily, but I think just rotating them, I think that would be good.
Strong. Regarding Arsenal here, we got Torreira to Galatasaray. He's finally come to an end. Milo, were you ever a fan of Torreira?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I've got a few transfer things I wanted to talk about actually as well. So, Torreira, I would have been okay with him staying, but the truth of the matter is he's never really settled in London. Doesn't particularly like living in England, I don't think. I think he's a good player. I think he would fit in the team, and I would have been okay with keeping him. But I think that he's heading out, and what I hope is that actually will spur us on to putting the bid in for Tielemans, because that bid has not come yet, supposedly. But we've been linked with him the entire window, so I'm kind of hopeful that something might come from that. But yeah, Nuno Tavares obviously had a bit of a shocker last year. Underneath some of the basic mistakes, I actually think there's a fairly decent player there, but he, and the club are looking to get him out and get some experience, so we'll see how he comes back, I suppose. But I wanted to touch on the Barca situation because you guys all talked about it.
Yeah.
They're also rumored to be linked to Azpilicueta. I can't say his name. I'm not sure if that's
You just said it. You said it.
Is that it?
You nailed it. You nailed it.
I nailed it. Okay. Marcus Alonso. So they're sniffing around Chelsea, Bernardo Silva, as you mentioned earlier, and also Lionel Messi back to Barca is being thrown around there. And I mean, honestly, when we get to predictions later, you'll see I put Barcelona in the mix. So I mean, with the team they're building, I think they can do some stuff. Whether the longevity of the situation is, it's going to be baffling. But you can't look past the team. They're putting a good players together. Whether they'll perform as a team remains to be seen.
It's that thing in it. If it doesn't work, they're going to be screwed. If they don't imagine if they don't qualify for the Champions League and they miss out on that money. One, it'll be hilarious. I think all this has done is pissed off anyone that doesn't live in Catalonia, because there's a lot of Barcelona fans around the world who are probably like, I can't believe they're doing this. Like, this is such a risk. And but it'll be interesting. Yeah, you make good points, Milo. Good points. I mean, that Messi thing's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
It's a popular thing, at least in NFL here. Like, players will sign a one-day contract with the club, the team they started with or something like that.
Bradley Wright Phillips did it. with the
Oh,
New York
did he?
Red Bulls.
Oh,
He signed
yeah,
a one-day contract so he could retire at the Red Bulls. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe something like that with Messi. You never know. He could offer something at some point. Clap mentioned in chat. Milan. Looks like they're signing. I don't know if it's officially announced yet, but Charles de Ketelaere from the Belgian league.
Football Manager hero.
Football
That's all I
Manager
know him
hero.
from. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so he looks like a good player. He'll be joining Milan as well. I had one more. Did I? Oh no, you talked about Madison. Oh, the back. In the case that Cucurella doesn't work out, I was reading Rafael Guerrero from Dortmund could go to City, which would be a really. I think that he'd fit beautifully at City. He's a very much a Pep Guardiola false fullback fullback that would fit really well in over there. Just regarding our own teams, do you think Spurs will be doing any more dealings, Hoff? I mean, I know you guys have a lot of players that might be leaving on loan. Do you think there's any more team needs, or are you guys looking pretty set for the season now?
I think they've addressed the needs that Conte wanted addressed. I think now they're just value hunting. If there's a player that they can find that fits, I don't think they're just gonna buy to buy. But if there's like, I can't even think of a good example, because we had been linked to Madison as well, but I think that's going to be cost prohibitive. I don't think that's going to happen. If he was a little later in his contract, maybe, but not for 50 million at this point. But I do think some people are definitely going to be on the way out. Probably Lo Celso. I hope Ndombele goes out at least on loan, but his wages are preventing that.
Oh, really? I was wondering why.
he's on
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Second highest earner, isn't he? After Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Signed from Lyon originally?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was back on loan at Lyon last year, and they
Okay.
had an option to keep him, but they said no thanks.
Arsenal, Milo, any other dealings? We spoke briefly about it already. Do you think there's any team needs? Team needs.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think we need another forward, and I would like another centre mid. So I think Tielemans,
Right.
I'd be pretty happy if we picked him up. I think honestly, I think Arteta might have been open to keeping Torreira, but I just don't think he wants to be there. And then I'd like us to get another forward in there. We were linked, although everyone's been linked with Timo Werner in the last couple of days. I don't know what's
Right.
going on there. His agent is shopping him out in the window like you wouldn't believe.
Maybe there's a big signing coming at Chelsea or something like.
Yeah, maybe.
That's someone that's just gonna keep him out of the team, no questions asked. Who knows?
Maybe Tuchel's just pissed off with every single striker he's tried, and he's like, "Sod it, I just won't use one forever."
I think another. I mean, Martinelli can play up top, but Arteta has so far been reluctant to play him in that role. So you've got Jesus, you've got Nketiah. Who else are you going to play at centre forward if you need one? Martinelli?
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't so far. So for me,
You sort of need one of the other, don't you? If he's going to put Martinelli as that second or third choice striker, then you need a left winger, right?
Exactly. So
Yeah,
I think his idea is a winger / forward that he can use. And obviously, it'd be nice if we could use Pepe because he costs 75 million, but it doesn't really work like that, unfortunately. Fuck.
And last but not least, it's quickly on United. Cultured. I mean, the whole Frenkie de Jong center
forward,
midfield.
centre mid.
Yeah. Definitely
potential
rumors are
backup
forward.
goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean
we've signed a centre back. We've signed a left back. We've signed an attacking midfielder. So we need a centre midfielder, a backup goalkeeper, a right back, and a striker.
Yeah,
I think we're all right.
Yeah, because I think
What is what's
not-
this week's Frankie update?
That apparently Man United have agreed to pay his defer wages. They're going to pay so we're going to pay 10 million of it, and Barca are then going to pay him 7 or something. So we're going to basically increase our transfer bid by 10 million and cover it. Apparently.
Huh. Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the best situation heading into the first week. But hopefully
Your window reminds me of our window several times in the last 10 years.
Yep.
yeah, maybe
It does. It does.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's the start of a rebuild, and everyone's sort of questioning, what do we need? How we can do it? Where do we prioritize? Right.
Yeah, that's
and
the
then
thing. The rebuild.
Doing that, you make some mistakes. So, but it's an interesting one because they've just let Ethan Laird go on loan, right? And he looked pretty good in the last pre-season friendly against Real Vallecano. He looked better than Wan-Bissaka in that system.
Absolutely.
But he's gone on loan, which means we've still got Delo and Wan-Bissaka at right back. So Tellez is rumoured to be leaving to Portugal, I think. Benfica, I think, potentially, Tellez.
Linked to Benfica.
So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. See what happens.
Yeah, Malacia looks really good. Tyrell. I think his first name. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. It's still a month to go, which is tons of time, actually, But yeah, you'd like to get it done before the season starts. On to an interesting topic of the week. We had the Aston Villa leaked a document with a list of fines for, show up to training late, if you get a red card, you have to buy the team a dinner within the next 4 weeks or something. I should probably pull the picture up. It'll be in the slides, but it's pretty small. What are you guys' thoughts on this type of? It was interesting to me because I had no idea that this even existed. I had no idea that things like. I mean, I assumed there was some type of fines, but I didn't realize. They said something like per minute, $400 per minute late to training, something like that, or What do you guys think about this? And do you think it's unreasonable? Do you think it's reasonable? Do you think it should happen? Is it too totalitarian?
So this is. I'm glad I managed to get on this podcast, right? So on the football tour, one of the guys that I was playing against in the doubles match, he was in a friend circle with Tom Ince. Paul Ince's son played for Blackpool, a bit of time at Blackburn, I think. And we were discussing around why do footballers always get caught up in the media, get caught doing these things wrong, and talking about Mendy and all the stuff going on at the moment with potentially Thomas Partey and all that sort of stuff. And I asked him okay, so if you hang around one, why does this always happen? And he was like, because they do nothing. They have no responsibilities at all in their life. They get to the football pitch. Tom Ince used to say the only thing that kept Tom Ince grounded was his dad, and Tom Ince still got into some dodgy things at times. Right. And he was like, I think that's why the clubs tried to do this, because he was like, Tom Ince used to say he'd get to training and all his kit would be laid out. Someone would put his GPS tracker in the back of his shirt. Someone would tie his GPS around his waist. Someone would take all these things for him. Someone would take his boots away as soon as they finished training. He would get driven home. He would get driven to the ground. I was like, yeah, the club need to do something to at least give them some sort of responsibility about what they've got to do and why they've got to be on time and these sorts of things. It was just it's crazy, right? I think it should be more. They're getting paid so much money. If you're late to training and it's your job, get £1,000 fine. It's not really going to hurt them, is it?
Right. True.
Yeah.
Milo, what are your thoughts on this whole?
I like the list, and I like the idea that all clubs have a list like this. And then I started to think about what they could have on the list. And I went down this nice little tangent in my head about it. But like you said, the value of the fines, I think Hoff pointed out in the Discord, this is a slightly older article, right? Maybe.
It's fake news.
Maybe but not that old though, right? It's not that old. We're talking 1 to 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's not Jared, by the way, guys. For anyone in chat.
Yeah.
Right.
So late for training, 500 quid. I mean, honestly, I do agree with someone said in the chat. If you get paid tens of thousands a week, and you only have to show up for training 3 times a week, I think maybe 4 if it's you know what I mean. If you're not playing away midweek or something, there's no excuse, is there? There's absolutely no excuse. So 500
the only
quid.
reason I can think they're so low is because they do it all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the only reason I can think it's low, because everyone, so many people turn up late so often.
Yeah, maybe. And I mean, the most expensive one on that list is 1,000 quid, and that is for. Hang on, what is it? They look a little bit lopsided on the picture I'm looking at. That's being late for a meeting, walk, or coach on the match day. So if you're late, if you cause them to be delayed leaving to go match day, that's £1,000. And like, you know, wrong attire on match day, £100 an item. I mean, some of these have got to be for sort of comedic relief amongst the players as well.
Yeah.
Like forgetting cakes on birthday, £50 a day. You know, no flip flops in shower. I mean, that is, you know, it's,
Wait, wait. What is it? No flip flops in? Oh, not wearing flip flops in the
if
shower.
they're not wearing it in the shower, they get £500.
I was like,
And then the one that made me laugh was forgetting recovery leggings, £50. And I thought I want to show this list to someone really old and let them just get angry about that one.
Yeah.
What the fuck are recovery leggings? Like I'm going to send it to my granddad just for the reaction.
It's stupid, isn't it? Because they could probably get all of those fines, play one game, and then their appearance fee would cover everything and give them 30 grand to go and spend in the casino that night. Like,
Yeah.
I looked up. I was trying to find some other like info on this type of thing, and I found the NFL's. They have I think it's their collective bargaining agreement, and
Okay.
they do have some fines. I found a couple of interesting ones. I saw was if you're overweight, you get fined $470 per pound.
Ooh.
I thought that was interesting.
A
You
lot
know?
of those are in contracts too, like weight specific clauses and stuff for NFL guys.
Yeah.
Like you have to report to camp at a certain weight, and if you don't, then you get X amount per pound or whatever.
Which is kind of neat.
I was gonna say, I really hope my wife isn't listening to this show. Because if she implements that at home, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Other ones, yeah, and then there's the normal stuff, you know, unexcused reporting late for mini camps, meeting, practice, transportation, curfew, physician, trainer, weigh-ins, scheduled workout, all that stuff. You get a maximum fine of $2,700. So it's like it's incremental. So I think it's 3 offenses. Like so 275 or 2,700 is the max, and then the first time is like 20% of that, and then the next time is 40% of that, and then 70 full percent. Reporting an injury, failure to report an injury, you get fined. Damaging club equipment, you get fined. Throwing a football into the stands, you get a fine. Late reporting for preseason camp, $50,000 per day. You're late.
Oh.
You know, that seems more like a. That seems more you know,
That's more appropriate for the level
appropriate
of income, right?
exactly
Yeah,
for their type of income. And then if they get ejected, that's almost 40,000. So
I was wondering too as well. It says if sent off, have to take the team for a meal within 4 weeks. Is that only the starting 11, or is that the entire squad?
You'd be negotiating that down, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
That's
you
probably
really.
the
I'm only
would, like-
taking them out if they play 70 minutes or more.
That's what I mean. Like,
McDonald's.
I mean, the whole team, well, and the physio, like, no,
Yeah.
oh man.
Seems like a lot.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know where the money goes as well. Is it going to charity, or does it just go towards does it go towards their Christmas party? Because then it's just like a bit of a piss take as well, isn't it? Like they've got enough money to have a good Christmas party. Don't put the fines in there. Give them to charity.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder if they have these at every club, which I'm sure they have some sort of it, but you know,
yeah.
who would? I feel like Pep would have the worst one or something, you know, or I don't know who would have the. I don't know what would be the weirdest.
Arteta,
thing?
maybe.
Arteta, yeah.
Like they're saying, non-negotiables, right? You've
All
heard
the
him. I mean,
youngsters.
he stripped Aubameyang. We're going to find out soon enough on the documentary, but he stripped Aubameyang of the captaincy and got rid of him within the space of 2 months.
I wouldn't want to see Conte's either. He said he wanted to kill people, so.
I think
I
Klopp would have one, but it would be a bit more jovial. I imagine Klopp's to be a bit more stupid. Like it would be more rather than money fines, it might be like forfeits or something that a player has to do, or
10 laps backwards in your underwear, that sort of thing.
yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, but
Fines are too low.
Ten Hag might have a harsh one.
Yeah, well,
Sean
he already
Dyche
has a
probably.
couple. He's
Sean
got
Dyche's
what
were probably bad.
Oh gosh.
he's got home cooks for all the players now. He's got there's certain you're not allowed if you have any issues, you got to go to him. Which I don't know how you're gonna enforce that one, but No going to agents and stuff like that, and yeah, I don't know. There's some interesting stuff. Let's see. Our list is probably multiple of thousands of smallest things at City. Klopp seems to have the best chemistry with his players than other managers. Yeah, probably. Yeah, some interesting stuff. I don't know. I thought it was. It's like, is there such thing as too much micromanagement at a certain point? Like, where's is the
I
self?
imagine the captains are doing this as well. I imagine the manager's not actually. I imagine the captain has to go and enforce it and collect the money or something.
Right.
So,
is there like is there like some sort of self-responsibility that the players don't have? Like you mentioned with Tom Ince or whatever, like that type of thing. Do you think that's becoming a trend, a bigger trend? Maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's pretty interesting stuff.
They're so pampered, right? They've got to have everything done for them.
Pampered. That's the word. Pampered.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
Footballers come in all intelligence levels as well.
True.
You have to remember that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are going to be some that need a list like this. There are going to be some that probably need their name written in their underwear so that they know that it's theirs.
100%.
All right, well, let's move on to our next topic. We have predictions and fantasy. I'm going to try to show this on stream. It's going to kind of cover our faces.
That's fine.
Or maybe I could share the screen. No, I'll just...
The chat will like it. Covering our
There you
faces,
go.
it's fine.
It's kind of... Let me see if I can move it to this... whatever. It's there. These are our predictions, guys. These are some of our predictions for this year. Whatever. Sorry, it's covering everybody. Okay, there. I'm just gonna everybody.
What have you done?
There we go.
I'm not
everybody.
gonna be that guy.
Okay, so these are some of the predictions we got. Let's see. Let me make this big. We'll scroll through them. These are everyone who's submitted them so far. All right, here we go. So we got Cash picking United to win the whole thing. Which,
yeah, but he picked Arsenal last year, right? So
that's true. That's true. I think there's some, And another big pick by Cash here is Roma to win the title, which would be very interesting. I think
That's a good one.
that's an interesting one. I think other than that, United being first, I think it's pretty standard stuff. Most of us have the same top six, though Stefan has Newcastle finishing sixth. And and no United in the top six.
Yeah.
Surprise. Yeah, Cash. If you want to, if anyone wants to write their explanation to why they pick, I'm just gonna point out. I'm just gonna look at these and just point out interesting picks here. Let's keep moving on. Nothing too crazy here. Let's see. Let's just look at the World Cup real quick. We got a lot of Argentinas, Brazil's, France. A couple England as well. When we get to yours, we can chat. You can chat about him. Lindmer, pretty standard stuff. Arsenal finishing sixth. Extreme, obviously, with City finishing first. Pretty standard stuff. Milan winning the Scudetto. Lindmer as well. Milan winning the Scudetto. Top six, similar. City, Liverpool, across the board. Here we go. We're getting to Milo's picks here. Milo has City, Liverpool, Arsenal in third place, Spurs, Chelsea, United, and you have Southampton going down. That's interesting. I think you're one of the few who have Southampton going down. And Brazil winning the World Cup as well.
I have France.
Oh, sorry, France. Sorry, I don't know why I said Brazil.
Yeah.
France. Do you want to talk about any of your picks here, Milo?
Yeah, I mean, I know people are quashing the Arsenal in third. I don't know, man. I got a good feeling. The only other one I wanted to say is Barcelona. I've picked them for La Liga and the Champions League, which is
Double. Nice.
which is interesting, and it's kind of out there. But you know what? I don't know. Something weird's going on over there. So anyway, let's get through these. I want to find out what drugs Hoffspur was taking when he did his prediction.
Well, just before we get there, we'll get to Cultured here. Cultured has City, Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea, top four. United and Arsenal 5th and 6th, and Everton going down. Did I write that? Did I note that down? Interesting,
You got that down
very
correct,
interesting.
Yeah. I've actually submitted my full table to my mates predictions league, and I actually switched Everton and Forest around, but I still had Everton going down. I think Lampard's going to do so much damage that they're not going to recover by the time they bring in a new manager. They've sold their best striker. They've not replaced him. They're bringing in a central midfielder that they had previously who wanted to leave in Gay. Like, he's a terrible manager. He can't defend. He can't set up a team to defend at all. They're going down. Like, I hate Lampard. I don't rate him at all. United and Arsenal, I think we're both going to start the season really, really well, and then we'll drop off. I think we'll both drop off, and I think 5th or 6th could be flipped between either United or Arsenal. Spurs will push for a while, and then, be a bit Spursy. And then City and Liverpool will fight it out at the top, like normal.
Okay, nice. And just
England will win the World Cup.
Yeah, England will win the World Cup, and just to say, we'll do a bracket prediction for the World Cup as well.
Yeah.
But this is just before the season starts, what we think.
I cannot wait to review this at the end of the season.
It'll be interesting, right?
I can't wait.
And if any of you guys are interested, after the transfer window closes, you're welcome to send in predictions. I'll just add them to the end of this list, and those little post transfers or whatever, and anyone in chat as well. It's just fun to keep track of it, and we'll just keep it safe here. Hoff, Spurs to win the title. Is this a heart or head decision here?
No, it's both.
Okay, nice. I like it. Hey, I like it. You're
You
not the
don't
only
lose
one.
to Man City. You don't lose to Liverpool, which didn't happen last year. Conte gets. I believe that the mentality is changing. I have to because I have nothing else to believe in. It's called hopium.
Hopium.
Oh, I
Ooh,
was
that's
going to say, I
kinda
thought that was
new.
going to be the phone number of your drug dealer. I was going to ask for it. So.
But yeah, I mean,
I see the logic
record
there. I
against
see the
top
logic.
6 after Chelsea wasn't terrible. Didn't lose to the top 2. The team is stronger. I don't think that's a wild statement. Yeah, and I'm not going to be the asshole that doesn't pick my team to win when they win it. So, yeah.
I do appreciate that you put Arsenal in the top 4, Hoff. I mean, that's very generous of you.
I think that as of right now, Chelsea haven't signed anyone that is going to get them in the top 4. So I think you guys have made the moves to be up there, and United hasn't either. If they end up signing Frankie or something, I might change it, but I don't. As of right now, I can't.
I can see your logic, Hoff, around putting Spurs like top, because this is probably the best manager with a squad he wants, with the players hitting their peak. And I think it's a very good chance to get that. If you look across it, right, a lot of people have put Spurs top 4, where previously they've been fighting 5th or 6th in the predictions league. So
I think Martin Jol was a better manager with a better squad.
Martin Jol.
Before Conte, Harry Redknapp was our best manager.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I loved Harry Redknapp. He was so good, so underrated.
And you also have Everton, and not only you, but also Soccer Tour right next to you has Everton as well, going down, which is interesting. Any reason why you have Everton going down in particular? Just a feeling?
I pretty much just what Cultured said. I have no faith in Lampard. The signings they've made have been of little to no consequence. If the only way I can see them staying up is if Calvert-Lewin stays healthy, and I don't think he can do that. Especially in a World Cup year, I can't see it for him. They've been so bad.
Yeah.
Milo's got his pencil out.
Yeah, I was very interested in Cartwheel's picks, and I've just seen them appear on my screen.
They've just appeared. They've just appeared.
And Dovlik's got Arsenal in 2nd.
Dovlik's got Arsenal in 2nd. I've got Arsenal in 4th.
Okay.
I've got Arsenal in 4th. Real quick, let me just see. Greg, so we'll look at another page in a second. Let's see. That's Gaza. He's got United and Spurs and Arsenal not in the top 6. He's got West Ham. Now we've got a couple West Hams in the picture now.
Ooh.
The first West Ham signings at 6th place at the expense of United for the latter two. Let's see. Brentford, Leeds, another Everton popping up here. Frank Lampard is the odds-on favorite to get sacked, by the way. And yeah, I had City, Liverpool, Spurs, Arsenal. So yeah, I put Arsenal in the top 4, and Chelsea United. It's really tough with Chelsea. I had Chelsea at 4th, but no, I had Chelsea at 6th. Excuse me, I had Chelsea at 6th, but I moved them. I thought I moved them. Okay, I moved them to 5th, I guess. It's just so tough to tell what's gonna happen with Chelsea. This is a big month for them. If things go right, they could be right back where they were, challenging for 3rd. I don't think they can challenge for the title, but they could easily go from 3rd to 6th within this month, in my opinion, which will be very interesting to see. I think Spurs are the 3rd best squad on paper right now, with the manager included, and I think the manager is going to play a big role. It seems like the players are buying in. There's no kind of outliers, weird things going on. I don't know if that'll play a role in other teams. For example, like United with Ronaldo. There's none of that stuff going on. With Spurs, I feel like they haven't aged. They're a team approaching their prime, right? Kane is going to be 30 this year, maybe 31.
Just turned 29.
Oh, just turned 29. Okay, so yeah, so he's, I don't think any of their players are. Lloris, I mean, in a goalkeeper, that's fine. I think a little age on him is fine. Every other position, I think you guys are only matured, right? It's almost like you guys. I mean, if you look at Arsenal, putting Arsenal 4th was a tough one for me, because I just don't know if they have that mental maturity to do it yet.
Using the logic of others, if we finished 5th by 1 point, and using the logic that this team has improved, so therefore, you know what I mean? Like this, right. You cannot look at our team and say we haven't improved.
Yeah. Maybe that's what was. Maybe that's why I put him 4th. But yeah, I think. Yeah.
Brentford going down. I'm interested to know your thoughts there.
It was just a guess. There was really not much rhyme or reason to it. I just I feel like
second season syndrome kicking in.
Maybe. And I didn't want to. I also didn't want to send Fulham down. I'm a Fulham fan. I like Fulham. Clint Dempsey, the chip against Juve.
Yeah.
Lots of people sending Forest down. Disappointing.
Forest. Yeah, and Waleed, City, Liverpool, Spurs, United. I have this other sheet here. This is in relation to. Let me turn the dark mode off here. This is in relation to the current setup. So this is basically if the table stayed exactly the same, and the 3 new promoted teams were 18, 19, 20. This is how the points would rank up, and then La Liga same. Madrid winning, Bayern. World Cup would be France because they were the most recent. These coefficients here we are still going to discuss. We're going to figure out what they should be. But as it stands, Castle and Milo, Castle of Cheese and Milo have the highest scores. So you guys have basically the most consistent predictions from what has happened in the past, right? So you've kind of predicted things similar there. But yeah, this is how we'll kind of break it down. I think, picking La Liga and Bundesliga and Ligue 1 should not be valued as high as picking exact positions in Premier League, which will be interesting to see how things pan out. Yeah, and some interesting stuff. We got other things to talk about as well, which is kind of a treat for us here. We have the fantasy league that Hoff and Milo are in. If you guys want to start up your screen shares, we'll get that going.
Just so excited. All of this just means that the season is so close.
Right? Yeah, so Hoff, maybe you can walk us through what's going on here. Maybe zoom in a touch, just a tiny bit maybe. So guys, this is, just real quick, this is Hoff's fantasy league. He's running a Dynasty league. Maybe our cams can be up in the bottom here.
The Premier Dynasty League.
Premier Dynasty League. And he can basically it's just gonna run for extended period of time, and you sign. Actually, why don't you just talk about it real quick?
Sure. So this is normally FPL is just one season rinse and repeat. You start with your 100-pound budget and you buy your players, change with X amount of substitutions every week, or transfers every week, and you set your lineup before the games start every weekend or every match day, not necessarily on the weekend. And at the end of the season, it's over, and the next season you start over again. This it's a dynasty league. I don't know if you're familiar with like dynasty baseball or any dynasty fantasy sport. It's designed to be a longer league that doesn't reset every year. So just looking at my team, I'll have like Wesley Fofana and Reece James and Harry Maguire on my team next year, unless I decide to trade them, or if they leave the league, get transferred out of the league, whatever. And you can also, since it's a dynasty league, we have youth squads, which is anyone under 21 that is in the player pool on the website that we play on. So just some guys that are stashed for future years, so you don't have to and we still have a draft before every season of players that are transferred into the league.
Okay.
So if like I'm just looking at my team real quick, like if Kai Havertz leaves, goes back to Germany or whatever, I don't have him on my team anymore. But if
how much, just
know.
real quick, a question, how
Sure.
much value do you get that value back in like salary cap or whatever? If you leave?
So we don't have a salary cap, but for that draft, I haven't figured out the exact formula yet, but I'm going to factor in the amount of production that you lose into giving you a better draft position for the new players that are coming into the league via promotion or transfers.
Gotcha.
So if Dwight Gale has another hell of a season in the championship and you really want Dwight Gale, you'll probably have a good chance of getting him. I don't know why I used Dwight Gale as an example. But yeah, that's basically the gist of it. There's injured players that you can't play. We use substitutions as well. So you're allowed 5 subs. I tried to model it a little bit like real life. And these guys will automatically come in if a player of yours doesn't play. Like maybe you, especially like on the West Coast for the early kickoffs, you might miss the 7:30 team sheets that come out. Well, they come out at 6:30 here, so that'd be what, 3:30 West Coast. So you might not know that Havertz isn't going to start.
Right.
And if he doesn't start, and I have Calvert-Lewin as my first priority sub, if he
okay, I see.
If he plays, he will replace Havertz for my point total for the week. So yeah, it's a pretty cool system. Still learning the website to master it. But yeah.
You want to talk about some of your who was your first pick? Was it Harry
My first
Kane?
pick was Harry Kane. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I had actually, let me go.
Okay.
Yeah, I had Harry Kane first. Yeah. And actually I took Reece James second.
Oh, interesting.
Defender points are not rare. I'm not sure of the right word. There's more value in getting a lot of points from defenders.
Okay.
So and Reece James is young too. I factored in age since it's a dynasty league. We'll have these guys year after year, unless, like I said, unless you want to trade.
Madrid. What if he goes to Madrid though?
I'm screwed.
So, quick question, Hoff. Then, so just seeing there, I can see you got Harry Kane first round pick 6. Who was round 1 pick 1?
Oh yeah, what was pick 1?
Kevin De Bruyne went up. There are 16 teams in the league. I forgot to mention this. There's 16 teams in the league. Normally, in like a regular FPL draft league, there's 8 to 10 teams, and the quality is pretty level without those. But we have 16. So there are 2 copies of every player in this league.
Right.
Ah, okay.
See if I can do by round. Yeah. So Kevin De Bruyne went 1 and 2.
Wow.
And
Okay.
then Trent went 3, Harry Kane 4, Holland 5, Harry Kane 6, Son, Holland, Trent, Son, Salah,
Gabriel
Jesus, Salah,
Jesus to Arsenal.
yeah.
Milo, do you want to?
I don't know who did that.
Are you ready?
Very cool. Hoff, anything else you want to talk about your team real quick? Any other big, any? How about a youngster you're looking forward to? You think that is gonna like, do something?
I don't know if he's gonna do it this year, but I talked about him last show. Is the young African player of the year, Pape Sarr?
Yeah.
I think he might develop pretty well. And I think he got a little bit of time last year as Cade Gordon for Liverpool. I think those 2 guys might be hopefully my diamonds in the rough.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice.
So one quick last question for Hoff before we move on. Is the season now done in terms of the draft other than new players coming in? So if I wanted to join, I've got to wait until next season to start because I missed it this year.
Right. We're going to do a draft after the transfer window closes, just of guys that joined the league after we started our draft, but it's just going to be like a short thing mid-season. But next season for sure.
Nice. Thanks.
Yeah, we should have done this before your draft on the show because I think it looks way more interesting now.
Yeah.
Well, I will. I'll keep in mind
interesting. It's like
we'll be expanding.
It's the time. It's the time thing. Anyways, I think it's exciting now, though. But I'm very excited to follow. Let's hop over to Milo. We have Milo, one of the Arsenal big surprise here. Arsenal.
Are you able to see it?
Yeah, we're seeing it. I'm seeing it. If you want to make it, can you make it a little bigger, like control, scroll up,
control wheel in. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah. So my first pick was indeed Gabby Jesus because you want goals and he's going to be goals. But the rest of the picks, although there were some jokes made about a couple of Arsenal players I picked, but I wanted them for longevity.
Yeah.
And one of those was Aaron Ramsdale because he's 24 years old. He's a great goalkeeper. I think he's going to be a stalwart at Arsenal or wherever he goes, and I can't see him playing abroad. I think that's an astute pick, even if it is a little bias, somewhere in there. Dean Henderson, I thought you might like that one, you United types. Sherpen as well. I've gone for a mixture of you, so young goalkeepers, right?
Right.
As you move down the list, this is my current sort of starting team, I guess.
Okay.
So Matty Cash, Connor Cody, Matip's in there for a bit of experience. That one, just at the time that I don't know what round I picked him in, but it just seemed to make sense. Saliba was questionable, so no one was taking Saliba because there was rumors that he wouldn't stay and yada yada yada. I think the preseason has really shown that could be a really good pick for me.
It could be
moving forward.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that I've got him, and I got him in a late round too. I don't know.
20th round.
20th round.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I was very, very pleased that I could still pick him up. And what I also mixed in with some guys that scored a lot of fantasy points in the last couple of years. I didn't go too far back. I just tried to be fairly current. Obviously, Saka, I think, is a great pick at 20 years old. 620 points last year. I mean, I'm expecting the same or more, right? Joe Willock. Don't know how central he'll be to Newcastle moving forward, but again, I tried to really mix. I tried to really mix it up. Other forwards, I would have liked to have got a couple of other forwards, bigger names, but I think Zaha, 29, he's still going to score a bunch of points. Ollie Watkins got some potential in him. I did grab Elanga. I know he's a player that you guys like.
I'm familiar with him. I'm not crazy about him, to be honest.
Okay, with 20 years old, I feel like he's got a future, right? He's got a future.
If it's not a United, it's in the Premier League somewhere.
Yeah. And then, like lots of youth with a couple of experience.
I like
and
that Alvarez pick.
And that was the other one. So Alvarez, what number was that? Can you tell me that?
He
He's
was
just at the bottom,
8th
yeah.
round.
I took him in
Wow.
the 8th round. So somebody
Yep.
took the other one, and I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I want him before he goes.
Yeah.
Because, and to be honest, I thought that might be a bad pick, but after seeing, even just the Community Shield, I mean, we'll see what happens this season. But yeah,
Oh,
it could
man,
be.
I've got so much FOMO right now.
This Kante pick was kind of like, okay, he was the best midfielder available in that round, whatever round I took him. So
18.
yeah,
Was there a limit to how many players from one club, or is it open?
No, it was open.
it's open.
Okay.
So this Billy Gilmore one could be an issue, right? Because he's Tuchel's not a big fan, so I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I
like,
don't know.
I think he'll end up somewhere else in the Prem, if that's the case.
And what were your picks for like the youngsters, where Hoff had his Gordon and stuff from Liverpool?
I haven't looked enough into that. Hoff.
Okay.
I've probably got to reach out to Hoff and talk to him about it because I haven't looked that deep into the website yet since the draft. So
Right.
yeah,
Nah, cool. Looks good.
but I'm happy with my squad. I thought it was a good mixture. There's a couple of plays in there that were more about the points they've been scoring than what they will do, but we'll see.
Interesting. Can you click on
I've
this?
already been offered Emil Smith Rowe as well. Somebody's reached out to me and said they want my supplemental draft pick because I've got the number 5 pick.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so they offered me Emil Smith
that's a good
Rowe,
one.
and I'm like, I love Emil Smith Rowe, man, but I'm worried about his playtime this season. I really am.
What's on the scoring tab up there? Can we take a look at that?
That's like live scoring during the week.
Oh, live scoring. Okay.
So it'll update like as players are scoring points.
Look at this. Week
Oh,
one.
week 1.
Week 1.
Oh,
Yes.
Hoff versus. Oh man.
Yeah, let's look at his starting lineup right now. Maguire, Bruno.
Brighton.
Nice.
3-5-2.
Bruno versus Nottingham.
Yeah.
That could work. Saka versus Crystal Palace. Yeah, could be goals
Matip
there.
and Norgard are the ones I might be switching out in here. So,
But you got to see, they're also playing against some I think Leicester and who was it? Cool, man. Looks exciting. Yeah. Maybe we can do some updates every now and then.
yeah.
As we keep going.
Yeah,
Anything else?
I'm expecting, I don't know what I'm expecting really. I need to learn more about the website and I need to read more of the rules because I definitely, this is a very in-depth
Yes.
thing. So
Right.
You just got all excited about picking the players, right?
I did, yeah. I was very excited.
Yeah.
About that,
That's what I do in the auction one I've got. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Does
Yeah.
look fun. Hop, is it in your? Have you got a Discord where you're updating it and stuff?
Yeah, we have a Discord for the league. Yeah.
Yeah, I might jump in that. Yeah. I'll get it off you later.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Just to follow it along.
Yep.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Week 1, man. That's so great.
That's cool. Very nice. All right, well, that was a cool little roundup. I yeah, definitely want to know what's going on here. Definitely want to know in the future. Yeah, let's keep it moving then, huh?
Yes, sir.
All righty. We're in the open panel, guys. We have about a 15-minute open panel here. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Off the top of my head, I did see one question very early on. It was a question for you guys from Creedzer. Which game was the most deadly game between the fans in recent years? Just
Boca River would be my go-to, surely. In
Boca
Argentina.
River. There was that's. I remember watching a documentary on. It was Goal TV at the time, and it was about how, you would go to the Argent is in, and it was about a documentary about the Argentinian league. It wasn't Boca River, but it was some smaller clubs there, and it was just straight up like when the teams play, the teams have their own gangs and they fight. Like it was just that's just what happens. It wasn't even like it's not even a secret, you know. They just go, they just start fighting. Yeah, I bet Boca Rivers really one of those. Speaking of deadly, I mean, there was that one game in Mexico that they really covered up. I don't know if it was in. I think it's because.
Yeah.
I think they covered it up because of the World Cup. Mexico wants, you know, they want the potential of having the World Cup final in Mexico, and if that news got any traction, that would have been good for their chances. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. I saw some of the pictures of that. That was insane. It was, and one of the clubs is like known for being pretty violent. Yeah, Hoff, Milo, any things coming to mind when you think of deadly matches?
I mean, if you go back a few years, there's often been trouble when England goes to any English club plays any Turkish club. There's been a lot of issues. Some Arsenal fans have had issues over there. I'm pretty sure Liverpool as well.
United have, Leeds have. Yeah. Leeds fan got stabbed, didn't he? Got killed.
Same with an Arsenal fan. Yeah.
Oh wow.
But I mean, thankfully it's definitely nothing like it used to be, right? Even pre us, like 70s, 60s, 70s, I think it was pretty bad every week.
Well, because I know you went to a lot of games, Marlo. What's the worst experience you had? Like, or not experience, but like, I guess complete segregation of fans for a European game at Highbury or the Emirates.
For segregation-wise, honestly,
who was the opponent? I guess is my question. I guess
Tottenham, obviously.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I helped a young fellow that had been thrown through a glass phone box.
Damn.
My group of fans.
Okay.
When I was on my way, that was in a tube station, so I was on my just outside the tube station when I was on my way to a game, and also the Champions League final in 06 in Paris. It wasn't at the game; it was the night before the game, and it was getting really, really close to kicking off. And I actually helped diffuse the situation by walking into the middle of the road and shouting, "What do you think of Tottenham?" And every single person just stopped and looked at me and yelled shit. It was amazing. And it like diffused the situation. It was quite the highlight. Sorry, Half.
It's all right.
It diffused
Happy to help.
It diffused what was about to become a massive riot in the middle of northern Paris. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And we
mine
don't
weirdly
even-
was Roma.
Yeah.
Roma was the weirdest one. Yeah, Roma visiting Old Trafford. Yeah,
The
like
ultras.
literally, you couldn't. It was that every single road to the stadium had police all the way down the middle, cordoned off. One fans walk on one side, walk on the other, all the way up, all the way to the stadium. Like kicking off as soon as those road segregations weren't there, it was kicking off. Like I didn't even think Roma were known to be that bad, but yeah, it must have been ultras and stuff, I guess. But yeah, but I've never had to pick someone up after being thrown through a phone box. So yeah.
I wasn't there for the throwing. There was
picked him up.
a mess of a guy, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cops about though, so I managed to get him some help. But I didn't see anything other than that. Maybe some pint glasses being thrown and that sort of thing between fans, but nothing. I think most of the violence was pre that, like 80s, 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen any of that stuff over here. The guys, I guess the closest thing is high school football. In high school American football, in my town there was two rival high schools, and like I don't know, I've probably told you guys in the past. I grew up in a predominantly Latino kind of area, and there's some gangs, some vatos or whatever they're called, and there would always be some shooting every now and then at the high school games, or not at the stadium, but like, just when you get these two high schools, students, around each other, and just little, I don't know, just weird high school stuff.
Crazy.
But yeah, nothing like Roma and Lazio or whatever. fans.
Well, like Dino in the chat there said that's kindergarten compared to Rangers v Celtic, and I'm sure that the Old Firm derby is still really, really bad. And I've not been to an Old Firm derby, but yeah,
Right.
yeah, but it's bad.
There's that movie Eastern Promises. I don't know if you remember that movie. And the dude,
yeah, I do unfortunately remember that.
There's an Arsenal fan or Chelsea fan he starts pissing on in the wrong place, and then he gets stabbed and all this stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if that's. And there's also these videos on YouTube back in the day of like, it would just be all these people dressed in blue and all these people dressed in red. I don't know if they're football fans. I'm guessing they were. It was like Eastern Europe, and they would just like attack each other. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, wow, pretty
that's what they
morose
used to do
subject.
back. They used to do that a lot in England, right? Organized.
Yeah.
Organized.
Yeah, you organized fights and
one firm meets another firm, and
Green Street Hooligans, right?
yeah, the Green Street Hooligans kind of shows it to you, although it wouldn't be with Harry Potter. Was that Harry Potter? It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Was it?
Same
no,
actor.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, Frodo.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Frodo, innit? Yeah.
Frodo.
Getting in a fight, supporting West Ham.
It's just as bad. Bloody Frodo.
Yeah.
I couldn't take
David
that
Moyes' ring.
seriously. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other lighter subject you guys want to talk about? Jesus. Is something else less morose? Chad, any other subjects? Most football
Who's going to win
in
the
the
MLS?
world. I think LAFC, right? It's gotta be. I should really be keeping up on MLS a little more. It's just so
Philadelphia's
far
looking
away.
good. LAFC made some big signings. We'll see how effective they actually are. I know Bale scored already, and Chiellini almost scored an incredible goal on his debut. I couldn't believe the shot that he pulled off. It's just like it might have been that far off the ground, like a worm burner, and just hit the outside of the post. It was beautiful. When Juventus, his former team, was in attendance because they're on their preseason tour, so it was kind of cool to see that. Yeah, Philadelphia's playing well. New York NYCFC sold their best player, so I don't know how that's going to affect them. Yeah, that's
interesting. Oh boy.
All
Cash
right, let's bring
said
it
it.
back to the Premier League because that's more interesting, right? So
Cash-
who's going to be the most underwhelming team in the Premier League this year? Disappointing, underwhelming, yeah.
Man United.
And okay, why? I'm interested. Why?
No, I don't know. I mean, what makes the most underwhelming? Like, what's the?
Like, I think Newcastle are going to be really underwhelming. I
Yeah,
think they're going
yeah.
to be all right, but I think they're going to be really underwhelming. Like, they're going to be it's not going to be fun. It's going to be all right, mid-table.
They haven't made the moves that you would
Is that
associate
with
with
Madison?
the money,
They are
right?
going to be fun.
I think even with Madison, I think, I
Oh,
still
wow.
think they've got
Okay.
enough, too many averagey players in there.
Oh,
Like-
Extreme wants us to do the Sancho Saka debate for 5 minutes. But we're not gonna. We're
I
we're
don't-
saving that one, aren't we, Cart?
We could save it for another week, yeah. We'll save it for another week.
Culture,
Maybe in
you
extra
didn't weigh
time we
in
could
this
talk
week.
about it.
We
I haven't weighed in on that yet.
No, you
I mean,
haven't,
the-
yeah.
The underwhelming team. I don't know. I'm always underwhelmed by Pep and City. It's just always underwhelming. Even though I picked him for the title, it's just you know, it's just it's always like that. But I think it's so hard to say right now because the squads aren't settled. I guess I wouldn't be underwhelmed by Everton's performances. I feel like they're gonna be poor. I think Chelsea might be underwhelming. Sterling,
Yeah.
and we don't have a striker. I guess I don't know. I guess I'm already underwhelmed, but I think I guess that's just gonna be the biggest step backwards. I think maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Less underwhelming.
I think Wolves could be.
Wolves.
I mean, I've literally heard no talk about Wolves this summer at all.
Yeah,
that's true.
Not
Other than
players
that,
out, not players in.
Fabio
I think
Silva's
Neves-
gone, isn't he? Online.
Yeah,
Sal
I think
left
for the
Neves
City,
was
I don't know, yeah.
briefly linked away, but I feel like they might be in the relegation scrap. It wouldn't surprise me if they were, I should say. they have the quality to not be, but that's what we thought about Everton last year too. So
Right.
who knows?
True. Good question there in the chat from Stefan to end on is, I guess, for this little open panel bit, could be who's going to score more goals, Benzema or Lewandowski?
Oof.
Both in La Liga, both peaking sort of in their career, although Lewandowski's a bit older.
I'm gonna go with Benz. I'm gonna go with Benz. I'm going with Benz.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. That's a tricky one.
That is tricky.
I think there's only so many goals to go around, and I think the other players at Barcelona will take more of those goals, like with Dembele and I can't even think of who was on the left. Torres will probably get some. Depay's gonna be gone, but
Aubameyang will still be there.
Yeah, he'll get some.
Fleming will be in there too.
But I think I would say Benzema.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably
I'll go
Benzema.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see Lewa just light it up, though. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Let's move on to how many teams can you name? How many teams can you name? This week we have the one, the only Darren Bent. Darren Bent.
Luka Modric.
Oh yeah, I see him up there.
Yeah.
Luka.
I thought it was going to be Modric because of the picture.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't want to give anyone a head start, you know? No one gets a head start. Darren Bent, the English stallion. All right, England doesn't count, by the way. There you go. There's the England.
So we're not counting England. Got it.
English stallion.
I don't know. What is he? English. Yeah, he only played. He played 13 times for England, by the way.
Fuck me! I just wrote the same team twice. Good lord. What am I doing, bro?
By the way, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, check the description. Follow these guys on Twitter, and all their links are there. Cultured's got. We'll talk about it in a bit too. Cultured's got a great YouTube channel. Milo's great streamer. Hoff is running the fantasy and has some YouTube content. Streams occasionally as well. But just check it all in the description. You know, while these guys are thinking, do I hear? Okay, number 1 through 30. Hold on, let me pick one. Okay, go ahead. Somebody pick a number 1 through. Yeah, just to see who goes
1
first.
through 30.
Yeah, just 1 through 30. Okay, 17. Hoff.
21. 21
and Milo.
16.
Number was 22. So Hoff, you get to go first whenever you're ready. We're gonna put we'll put 4 minutes on the clock here. That's not your countdown to guess.
How are we doing this?
So you got to throw a wager out for how many teams can you name?
Oh, we're
first.
wagering. Okay.
We're doing the
not
wager
including
here.
England, right?
Not including England. There are, I believe, 10
teams only.
total teams. Let me check here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh no, 11 including England. 11 including England. So 10. Do you have a wager, Hoff?
I'll start at 5.
Okay. Oh wow, going big. I'm just gonna go clockwise on my screen here. So Cultured. Dang, Hoff, you would start.
I think I've got. I think I've got 7 that I know, and I think I've got 8 as a question mark. So I'm going to go 7.
Oh wow,
Ooh.
big.
Well, I
Milo.
wanted to go 6, right? I'll just explain that. I wanted to go 6, but what I don't want to do is Milo to say 7 and then me have to use my 8 as my question mark as my 8.
Right.
So I'm gonna go 7 and put the pressure on early.
I'll be honest. I can only do 6.
Okay.
I can only do 6. So
So Hoff, can you do 8? Or no, yeah, 8.
8.
By the way, I could probably do like 4, maybe.
Yeah, I'll do 8.
Oh my God. You have 8?
I have 8 teams written down. I don't know how correct they are.
Oh my God. Darren
My
Bent.
8th team written down in brackets is lone question mark. So
I'll throw a clue out there. There are loans.
Ooh.
Loans are included. That's a tough one. It's a tough
I
one.
nearly did it. I was like, oh yeah, I've already got them written down. I did a Milo. I've already got that team down there.
I wrote down the same team.
So
Separated by
I can't,
2 other
I can't go
teams.
more. I can't
Okay.
go more. I've got 8 written down. I can't think of anything else.
all right, Hoff. You want to start it off?
All right, we'll start at Tottenham.
Okay. Tottenham is correct. Let me check with the judges. Tottenham is correct.
We bought him from Charlton.
Charlton Athletic is correct as well.
He scored the balloon goal with Sunderland.
Sunderland is correct.
He was at Villa.
Aston Villa is correct.
Yeah.
You've got the chunk of 4 teams there.
I remember him at Derby for some reason. I hope it was Derby.
Yeah, he was. I remember him at Derby. Yeah.
Derby County is correct. He went on loan there and then signed in 2015.
I have Fulham.
Yep.
Fulham, correct. He
He's
went on
gonna
loan
pull
there.
this out the bag, isn't he? He's gonna
That's
do
it for my 6. I'm
One,
done.
2, 3, 4.
That was my 6 right there.
We need 2 more. This is tricky.
I think his first club before Charlton. I think that was his first club. I think he was at Ipswich before Charlton.
Ah, it was. Damn
Ipswich is correct. He
'Cause it was
finished his
Marcus
youth
and
career
Darren
there.
Bent.
Yeah.
He finished his youth career there.
And
Last one.
I know I got the last one because I have a friend who lives across from the stadium. He played at Burton Albion.
Burton Albion is correct.
I didn't get
Nice.
that. Yeah. Okay.
Do you have one? Anyone have one that's not listed here?
Yeah. So the one I've got written down after Fulham is Brighton on loan.
Brighton is correct. Brighton is
Ooh,
correct.
Nice.
And he began his career at God Manchester Rovers. Have anyone heard of that place?
Nope.
Never heard of that. Never heard of that. Well done, Hoff. Congrats, man.
Yeah. Great work, Hoff.
Well done, Hoff.
Great work.
Destroyed it
Thank
again. Guys, at this time,
good one.
actually, how about this? Hoff, you get to speak about whatever you want to speak about. While people, you get the big screen. While people are, guys, we're setting up for the quiz.
Oh, yes.
Get your screens ready for the quiz.
I'm refreshing.
right.
I gotta refresh your stream so there's
It is-
minimal
it should-
delay.
Yeah,
Yes.
refresh the
I'm
screen.
gonna be screwed
Low
here, aren't I?
latency
Yeah.
mode. The
I'll come all the
advantage
way
you
to
get.
in Singapore.
The advantage you do get is I read the question, so you get a little early
Yeah.
in
That's true.
here.
Right. How do I get this to work then? I've not done it before.
So, look on this on the right hand side of the screen, Culture. There's a little thing that says Quiz Kit. When you put the
Yep.
mouse on the screen, click that,
Click on that.
and then you want to add it, and you also want to manage access so that it shows your name. You want to
Yeah.
approve
That's
it.
my
access.
channel.
Yeah,
Install.
and make sure you approve it so that it shows your name. Otherwise, you'll be like contestant 69.
Yeah.
Right.
Fun fact: Darren Bent
I
is
don't
in
know
the
why.
100 club in the Premier League. Oh,
I don't know why 69. That was the first number that came to my head.
Nice.
It's a good number. It's fine.
guys, are you ready for the quiz? Guys, do not type in
How do I
chat
know
the
when it's
answer.
worked?
There should be something on the screen.
Yeah, you should see opening day, August something. on
Oh
the
yeah.
screen.
No, I put the answer in the chat. Yeah.
No,
No,
you're
you
on
got
the
to click
screen.
on the screen.
Okay, we'll try it. We'll
It's
try
going to
it.
be.
If it doesn't work,
Imagine-
it's fine.
Imagine a weird version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It's a bit like that.
Yeah, it's a bit like that.
That's
It's a bit
fine.
like that. So yeah, guys, when the clock hits 22, 23, that's too quick. 22:30, we'll start. We have questions regarding.
Oh, up there.
There is a theme around these questions. It is the I don't want to tell you. Anyways, there's no theme. There's no theme. There's no rhyme or reason. Do not Google or anything. Okay?
No answers in the chat.
No answers in the chat. This is for the slideshow. Oh, I need to keep that slideshow on. This is for the slideshow on the stream for the next week. We have 15 seconds. Get your fingers ready. Get your fingers ready.
If it's gonna work. I hope it works.
It should work. If you see the thing on the screen right now, it should work. You lose points for wrong answers.
Do you?
Yeah, you lose points for wrong answers. Yes. All right, we're going to start it up. The biggest victory on opening day was in 2010-11 season when Chelsea defeated West Brom. What was the score? The biggest defeat or victory on opening day. What was the score? Should be 30 seconds per. I think there's only 6 questions this week, I think. Was it 5-0, 6-0, 7-0, or 8-0? 2010-11. Chelsea, West Brom. Do you guys have any guesses?
I've guessed. I'm in.
What are you guys thinking?
I think it was 7.
I guess 7.
The correct answer was 6-0.
Oh.
Correct answer was 6-0. All right. It's a tough one. A lot of people not answering. All right, next question is
extreme.
10 players have scored opening day hat tricks. Some are Salah, Drogba, Ravanelli, Letizier. And which City player has scored an opening day hat trick? Carlos Tevez, Paulo Wanchope, Sergio Aguero, or Raheem Sterling? Who else is on that list? I think is Kane on that list? I don't know. There was a couple other names I didn't list.
The City player I thought did it isn't on the list, so I'm a little worried.
All right. IDK, I
Maybe
can't
that
answer.
wasn't opening day.
I've guessed. I've gone.
You guys got to write it. You guys can hit the thing on the screen, whatever. The correct answer is Raheem Sterling.
Oh, God.
Let's go.
How crazy is that?
I went Wanchope, but was that on his debut rather than the opening day? Maybe.
Yeah, all of those guys have scored hat tricks. All of them have scored hat tricks.
I'm on about so what it does, Culture, if you get it wrong, it minuses the number in the middle.
I can see that. It's
I'm on minus 38,000 right now.
Golf score.
Everyone's in the negative right now. Everyone's in the negative right now. Alrighty, here we go.
I'm leading.
Leading the less negatives, yeah.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Next question.
I'm the least bad.
Last season, who became the first player to score on 5 consecutive opening weekends? Last season they did this. Harry Kane, Jamie Vardy, Mohamed Salah, or Christian Benteke? So they've scored on 5 opening fixtures over the last 5 years.
I remember that one.
I've had a guess.
That's not a hint, by the way. Me saying I remember it.
I've gone for the answer for one specific reason.
The correct answer is Mohamed Salah. All right, well done, guys.
Yep.
Well done,
And
everybody.
I went for that because I remember in fantasy football, everyone said, "Oh, if you haven't captained Salah at the beginning of the season, you've had a nightmare."
Yep.
Nice.
And Kane didn't play opening weekend last year.
Yeah.
He was still trying to go to City.
I went for Vardy.
Ooh.
Not a bad guess because he did get the record, didn't he, for most consecutive goals in games, like Premier League record.
Yeah, just he's
Limmer went Benteke and then said, "Fuck everyone." So.
You kind of played yourself there.
Alrighty, the next question is number 4. Which team is unbeaten across their last 10 Premier League openers? Manchester City, Everton, Wolves, or Liverpool? Unbeaten in their last 10 openers. I believe it's... I won't give any clues away. think it's 4 wins and 6 draws. Or 6, yeah, probably 4 wins and 6 draws.
I went big and I went early.
Ooh.
I did not go early.
The correct answer is Everton.
Oh,
Everton are undefeated in their first 10. You went big.
That's 25. That's 25,000 points. I'm not getting back, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, no one got it right. Wow.
It's a tricky one. 4 wins, 6 draws. Let's just see the scores here. Oh man, Hoff and Cash barely
that's
alive.
hurt me, innit? Jesus.
2 questions left though. A lot can change.
I feel like I'm at a casino, you know, where like I kept getting the wrong, so I doubled down, and now I'm just in the hole so bad.
Yeah.
Now you're
All
like
right.
betting your car.
Yeah,
house.
exactly. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Next question is: which team has the lowest win rate on opening weekends? It's an 8.6% win rate. Everton, Southampton, Villa, or Bournemouth? These are hard questions.
Yeah.
These are hard questions.
I'm just guessing.
If I get this right, I think I'm on 0.
Okay.
If
Okay.
it's exactly 0, that'd be impressive.
Yeah.
That would be.
This is the lowest win rate of all time.
Oh, man.
It's a tough one.
I mean, just judging by games played, it should be Everton or Villa, and I didn't go for either of them.
You're 50%. Yeah, you're right so far. The correct answer:
Well, shit.
Southampton.
Yes.
Oh,
You hit it?
go!
Oh
Let's
dang!
go.
Let's see what happened here. Let's see the scores. I think we only have 1 question left. So Cultured hit that one big.
Got that? Me, Hoff,
Okay.
and Cultured all said
Yeah.
7.
Come
Ooh,
on.
Hoff is in the lead still, but Culture's right
Yeah.
on his tail, and
Ooh.
Cash as well. Oh man, it's kind of close now.
So question scores, I'm 1 of 7. Total scores 2
So
of 7. Got ya, right.
I should not guess on this last one. Just playing strategy now.
Yeah, so Cultured has. If Cultured goes right away,
Yeah.
he'll be on 30,000 about. So, but if Hoff, yeah. So I don't know. It's a tough one.
But I
It's a
need
tough
to
one.
guess around 7 or 8.
Or yeah, or maybe just okay.
Or
anyways.
don't guess.
Or
I
don't
know.
guess. Yeah,
This is
maybe
tough.
Don't guess. All right, the final question. I believe the final question. Pretty sure the final question. Here we go. Final question. I should know if it's the final question, right? All right, anyways, here we go. Next question is: Salah and Vardy could equal the record for most opening weekend goals. They would join which 3 players with 8 total goals? Shearer, Rooney, and Bergkamp, Fowler, Kane, or Lampard? So all these players have 8 opening day goals. Which players have 8 opening goals? Or basically, Dennis, Fowler, Kane, or Lampard? It's a tough one.
Shoot.
Wording was kind of funky there, huh? Did it make sense? So yeah,
Yeah,
by the way, Salah and Vardy are on 7 right now. So if they score, they will be tied for the record. The correct answer is Frank Lampard.
Fuck off.
Oh,
I went Fowler.
Yeah,
I
I went
wonder-
Fowler.
I wonder if Cash is the only one close to it. Let's see if. Oh no, Cash got it right.
Oh, no.
Cash got it. Uh-oh.
Oh, let's see the scores.
Oh no. Cash
Oh,
gets the
Cash.
slideshow.
Yes, Cash with the slideshow. All right, Cash, you know what to do.
Gets the slideshow.
Yeah, it's just going to be Pep. You know, it's just going to be Pep.
Unbelievable.
Pep with his big shiny head on display.
Unbelievable.
Could be some Arsenal thrown in there as well.
There might
he-
be some Arsenal thrown
He
in
used to be an Arsenal fan, remember?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
Back in the day. Back in the day. Then they disappointed him and didn't finish first, so he.
Well
swung
done,
Man City.
Cash. Well done. Well done.
Well done, Cash. Well done.
Yeah, good game.
Well done, Cash.
That's good.
Hold
That's
it.
the first time I've taken part in that. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was kind of pretty fun. Yeah, so we'll get those pictures whenever you get a chance. Get the pictures whenever you get a chance. Cash, do it as needed, and find the best pet pictures to spread the healthy pet propaganda. Okay, there we go. Guys, moving on to the final stretch of the show here, the weekly check-in. We need a highlight. I need a highlight of the week from everybody. Hoff, why don't you start this one off? Give me a highlight of the week.
Cultured kind of, I guess he didn't suggest it. He said it earlier. The Charity Shield has been played, so we are in the week that the Premier League is coming back. So that's my highlight.
It is good. It's good. Coming back. Milo, highlight of the week. Do we have a highlight of the week?
Yeah, my highlight of the week is my mum's coming out to visit in a couple of weeks for my daughter's birthday, my eldest, and she emailed me last week and said, do you want me to get you anything from the Arsenal store? And I said, yes, absolutely. So we've got
nice.
the new black and gold shirt with Bergkamp 10 on its way. And I also grabbed the home shirt because I collect the home shirts. And I got Gabby Jesus on the back of that one. So
oh, nice.
we will be seeing those during the eFooty streams and indeed this wonderful Monday wrap-up show in the near future.
Okay. Nice. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, my mum asked, do you want anything? Yes, one of everything. Like, one of everything from the Aston shop.
Yeah.
Cultured, do we have a highlight of the week? I have a feeling I know it
Yes,
is.
we do.
Boom. Congratulations.
Captaining a winning golf team to a tournament in Malaysia, which was absolutely amazing. So, yes. A highlight of the week was that it came down to the last putt on the 18th green on the last day. So
awesome.
It was very tense. My team, it was a singles day, and the team, I'd drawn my game all square against the hardest golfer in the other group as well, which I was very proud about. And then it came down on the 18th green to the last putt, and that person had been 2 up in the singles play, and then it was 2 up Dormy, and then it went 1 up Dormy. 2 up 3 to play, 1 up 2 to play, and then he sunk his putt to still get the point on the last hole. And someone in my team was 4 up with 5 to play, and ended up finishing all square, which wasn't brilliant. So, but we won the golf tournament. It was very intense, very good, really good fun, but definitely a highlight of the week, and I can't wait till the next one. So
that's awesome.
And football's back, which is obviously the highlight, a very big highlight.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, that's awesome. Winning, and you said it was a 2-day tournament, right?
Yeah. So it's a 2-day tournament where you had teams of 4. And then you did doubles match play against another team to get points on the board, and then singles match play to get more points on the board the second day. And then it came down to stroke play for like a leaderboard of all the teams.
Right.
Because obviously all the teams can't play each other because it's only over 2 days. So you get matched against another 4-ball team for points, and then stroke play decides the leaderboard at the end of the competition.
Very cool.
Sort of combined points. Yeah, it was good. Really good fun.
Nice. What's my highlight of the week? Probably we have passed this the summer solstice. How about that? It's only going to get cooler now.
For you guys.
It's just hot. It's just still hot right now, so it's just what I'm thinking about. Like, I'm still toasty in here. I
did like in your last stream how you put the fan on and then immediately your results on eFootball got better.
They did get better. They did get better. Let's see. Oh, it's winter in Australia, isn't it, Ozzy? Do we have a quote of the week? Anyone got a quote of the week? I know Milo has something special for us, but
I do.
it looks like we'll have some extra time as well today. Chad, if you have any questions. Do I have a quote of the week? I don't have a quote of the week. I'm just gonna. I just think I just want to take a moment to point out that Pep Guardiola stopped Julian Alvarez from celebrating. That is ridiculous. I'm just gonna put that out there, and that is the synopsis. Before I get the slideshow on my stream, that is the synopsis of Pep Guardiola. Just never forget it. Never forget it. That is Pep Guardiola in a moment. A kid from Argentina, new country, first competitive game, scores a goal for his new club, and Pep Guardiola is standing there telling him about boxes and shit. You know, that's like an anti-quote, I guess. Like, what did Pep say? Whatever he said, it was bad. You know, whatever he was saying at that time. Anyone got a quote? Cultured Hoff?
I got it's my second favorite Antonio Conte quote since I'm high on the Conte hopium.
Opium.
We are I'm just getting out in front of this one because yeah, you'll see why. Winning at Chelsea is an expectation. For Tottenham, it is a hope. The hopium is strong. This is our year.
Wait, did he say hopium?
No, I did.
Oh, you did. Okay. I was like, I gotta hear that quote.
Yeah. No, he said that before we played them. I think it was in an FA Cup match or maybe a League Cup. It was before we played them, and he said that when he was at Chelsea.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Tottenham have a decent squad, really good squad. Richarlison is also a good player. Perisic, yeah, good squad. Cultured, you got anything for us?
No quote for me. I'm just very happy that I could come back to the show.
Yeah, it's good to have you.
Fit in the schedule. It's been really good. I'm hoping I can do it a bit more going forward. So
yeah. I think maybe yeah, we'll have to see how things shape up. We'll have some scheduling changes probably in a couple weeks once the season starts. We'll see what's going on. I'd like to try to get a EU friendly time for every now and then, maybe once a month or something. A couple people have reached out to me from EU time zones saying they'd like to be on the show. Ozzy's quote
I'm
is
pissed
don't
off with myself as well, by the way. I'm pissed off that I didn't read Hoff's format and rules about his draft thing when it was sent out for the Dynasty League, because now I just have massive FOMO and I'm going to keep up with it in the Discord and just wish I'd been in it all the
I've
time.
got a bit of it too,
So,
but at the same time, even just for regular fantasy, I have trouble staying on top of it. So I didn't want to. Did
Nomas send you the link to B's one again, Carl, or no?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll look into that.
I'll have to check.
the thing
But
with
I guess with
fantasy
the
football
substitute
that annoys
thing,
me.
the substitute
Oh yeah,
thing
go
is
on,
nice.
Cart, sorry.
The substitute thing
Yeah.
aspect in the fantasy league is makes it a lot easier, right? If you forget to
Yeah.
set your lineup or something, you don't get those just blaring holes or anything. So
So fantasy Premier League, I always set up a team and forget about it, and I lose interest because everyone can just pick the same players. Whereas the Dynasty League and the Auction League I do with my friends, it's really interesting because you have one or two people that have the same player. So you have to really think about who you want and why. Yeah.
Your lineup and your lineup each week is
Different.
it's
You've got
big.
to pay attention. Yeah.
and it's head to head. It's not like total points.
Oh yeah, that's true.
which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
FOMO's growing. The FOMO is growing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. All right, Milo, hit us with the quote of
All
the
right,
week.
I know Culture really enjoyed last week's one, which I know. So I don't know if it'll live up to that, mate. But in true dad joke form, why does the Norwegian Navy have barcodes on the side of their ships?
Oh, I've heard this before.
So when they come back to port, they can Scandinavian.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Love that one.
These are just clever. It's just like it's good.
Yeah.
Good for the soul.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
Let's read some chat words here. Okay, here we go. Extreme's got our pep quote. I'm not dealing with footballers. I am dealing with people. They have fears and worry about falling and making fools of themselves. Okay, I already hate it. It's pep quote. It is pep.
Also, he should be enjoying the adulation of 40,000 of those 80,000 people.
Exactly. He's focused on the wrong thing. He's focused on failure. Not from the week, but from one of my favorite quotes. As Everton were playing in the back garden, I'd close the guard. If Everton were playing in the back garden, I'd close the curtains. Bill Shankly. Don't worry about the world's coming to an end today. Already tomorrow in Australia. Football is not a matter of life and death. It's much more important.
More important than that, Bill Shankly, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Dino's got a great joke in the chat when you get to the part.
What's the difference between a lentil and a chickpea? I've never paid to have a lentil on my chest. Yeah, that's classic. Classic. Or what is it? Yeah. You know.
Oh, actually, I can adapt a Brian Clough quote. I guess. I don't want to say I'm the best golf captain in the world, but I'm in the top one.
There we go. Little extra time. Let's talk about some shout outs. Culture, do you want to talk about what's going on the YouTube channel?
Yeah, so YouTube is a 2003-2004 Football Manager 2022 save, which is really, really cool to go back and look at it. I finished the Derby save, the rebuild with Derby, and I wanted to have a little bit of more fun and like just relax and enjoy the game rather than panicking about if I can win the Champions League with Derby. So I found a save on FM Scout, which was set in 2003-2004, and they've ported over all the attributes of the players from Champ Manager 03-04 exactly into the game as they were. Then you get a few extra ones that they've sort of put in there. So there's a 16-year-old Lionel Messi at Barcelona. I've just signed Andres Iniesta for a 2.9 million to Man United, who's like 19.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really, really good fun. Very different from how I'd normally play FM, and you very occasionally get like a piece of news, which is this person has won a South America Player of the Year or something. You're like, oh yeah, Roman Riquelme had a loan spell at Villarreal, and like you get all this sort of nostalgia hits all at once. It's really, really good. Really enjoying it.
Nice.
And that's on the YouTube channel at the moment. And I am back on Twitch, sort of streaming the Wrexham save. So that's coming back. I did 3 or 4 days last week when my wife was in the UK. She's back now, so it'll be a little bit less because I've got to help out with all stuff around the house and we go out for dinner and stuff. But yeah, it'll be back on some evenings, I think. The Twitch stuff, I'm back enjoying that. So yeah,
Very
all going
nice.
well.
Very nice. Hoff, Fantasy League. Anything else going on? You wanna
Fantasy
plug?
League, that took up a lot of my time.
Yeah, it seems,
So I
seems
haven't
pretty
put-
heavy.
Yeah, I haven't put out a lot. I haven't put out anything new on YouTube. I think I'm just gonna collect myself, wait for the new game in November it normally comes out. I have been playing the new F1 game and I'm enjoying it. Doing the My Team mode. So I'm thinking about streaming it. I'm terrible at it, but I'm having fun with it. So I don't know if anyone would want to watch me taking out Verstappen. Maybe a lot of people would. Then I say it out loud.
Put that in the stream title. How many times
yeah.
can I take out Verstappen? You'll get a lot of viewers. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, did you take him out? Oh, I missed it. No, don't worry. There's another lap. So, yeah.
And Milo, last but not least, anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, so tomorrow will be the next round of my team Formula One career mode, which I've been doing. So tomorrow's Barcelona, be 100% race distance, no assists. It's been challenging and fun as well at the same time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to giving that a go. The game does have some pretty big bugs/flaws, specifically with the AI. Have been highlighted quite publicly in the last couple of weeks, so you have to kind of just ignore that and just let them do what they're going to do and see if you can make it a story. So what I've been doing with mine is I'm going to download them, and if I can ever get Culture to sit down and talk to me about video editing, I'm going to actually condense those and post them on YouTube in like a condensed form, because I think they'll be good. So yeah, F1 tomorrow night, probably eFootball Thursday, and then we'll be back to Red Dead Part 14. That we're getting so close now to the end. Red Dead 2, it's been an amazing playthrough. There's one clip in particular, keep your eye out for it, where Tiago, which is my horse, for those that don't know, Tiago and I crashed into a fork-shaped tree, and it was just epic. It was just the sound, the noise, the crumple. It was just phenomenal. So keep your eyes open for that one.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Oh, and ACC on Sunday because it failed this week.
There you go. Yeah, well, guys, thanks for hopping on in this heat. It's hot, man. Energy levels are. Anyways, All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining. Guys, everything is in the links below. I'll spam their links in the chat as well. Thank you guys, everyone in chat as well, for joining. I will catch you guys next week. We'll do it again. We'll see what's happening in the Premier League. Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night, man. Thanks for having us, Scott.
Yeah,
cheers for having us,
As
Scott.
always, thank
Lovely
you
stuff.
guys.
Thank you.
My God, it's so hot. Go have a shower. I know, right?
It's the Monday weekend wrap up. 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 It's the Monday